What is good film? Or to put it another way, what is bad film? What determines whether a film goes down in the history books as a classic work of art, or is forgotten in a month in the lost ruins of disastrous cinema? What is the unseen it factor? Well, if you ask me, I think the answer is emotion. What does the film make you feel? What does it show you that you haven't seen before? What does it reveal that makes you think, makes you question? It makes the movie linger in your thoughts for months and weeks after you walk out of the theater. A good film impacts your outlook on life, even if it is only for the 2 hours that you're in the cinema watching it. And it does that in one of three distinct ways: as an escapism, as a commentary on life, or as a mirror for your emotions. The first is escapism. This is the most common and the most readily recognized form of emotional transformation in cinema today. It takes you out of your seat and picks you up and transports you into another reality. Action movies are like a perfect example of this, from Transformers, The Matrix, Jason Bourne trilogy, James Bond, so on and so forth. Now, most of us have probably never been in a shootout or been, running from a gigantic robot, or maybe that's just me. But so, on the surface, it appears that action movies don't make us feel anything because we can't relate to them. They have nothing to offer except simple, mindless fun, and they are often criticized and kind of looked down upon for this. I was just listening to NPR the other day, and they were talking about this exact thing. But that begs the question: why do we enjoy them? They don't return to us void, or at least the good ones don't. I mean, Transformers was admittedly not a very good movie, but it made over $700 million, according to IMDb. Why? Because it's an escape. These movies take us out of our ordinary selves, and they give us a higher purpose. When Neo is fighting the machines and trying to save the human race, we, the audience, are there with him fighting. When Bond or Bourne is locked in this hand-to-hand combat with the vicious assailant, we're grasping the armrests on our chairs just a little bit tighter. As little boys, we played cowboys and Indians. We played war. We always wanted to kill the bad guy and save the girl. And as little girls, from what I've heard, I didn't experience it firsthand. We wanted to be beautiful, we wanted to be fought for, and we wanted to be rescued. Those feelings, they never died in us, and seeing that play out before us on the screen makes us feel a joy and an importance that we can't describe or get anywhere else. The second way is as a commentary on life. A very common form of this is the documentary or historical pictures such as Bowling for Columbine, JFK, even like Black Hawk Down, or even Saving Private Ryan. It shows what impact a particular event can have on various other following events. An excellent example of this is a picture called The Reader. Has anybody here seen The Reader? Nice, okay. This picture, it's like super R-rated, it's really explicit, but it's a wonderful film, and I recommend it if you can tolerate that. Kate Winslet won Best Actress for it this past year. It takes place in World War II Germany, and basically it tells the story of like a 15-year-old boy who has an affair with a 35-year-old woman. But the beauty of it is that it comments on the effects that such a torrid and despicable event has on the boy. He's not able to form real, solid relationships for the rest of his life because of this single event of this affair that lasted a summer. Mm-hmm. And films like that, they kind of comment on it. It doesn't just tell the story from a kind of detached perspective. It actually gets up there and allows you to feel and relate to what's going on. The last way is as a mirror, or rather an outlet for our emotions. And this is my personal favorite kind of thing. If any of you are like lyrics people, when it comes to music, you listen to the song, you listen to the lyrics more than the actual music itself. It's kind of like this. Whatever emotions you're feeling at that specific point in your life, you see them in the film. They're kind of replicated for you. If you're in love, you see the characteristics that you like in that person, you apply them to the character. If you've recently broken up, you see the bad things, and you apply them to the events in the film. You can empathize or relate to the characters because what they do, you've either seen or you've done. Romance or romantic comedies kind of fall into this, like 500 Days of Summer, Garden State, or Casablanca. Even. When we've been through hurt and sadness, these films are a way for us to kind of convalesce. They help us feel like we're not alone, like it's not abnormal or weird what we're going through. And when we're feeling happy, it gives us someone to share the joy and happiness that we're feeling. Basically, these films bring out the emotions that we're feeling, and they give us a venue in which to express them and intensify them. Film is important. It's an essential and quantitative aspect of our culture, not just because it's fun and something to do a night out of the town in the cinema, but because it helps us see who we are and what we believe. It's a lens through which we're able to see the world in a different way, whether it's through escapism, through commentary, or as a mirror for our emotional state. Movies, good movies, they show us who we really are.